Oh, it's a privilege to be given an opportunity to say a few words about the late Fali Sam Nariman, who was a constitutional expert par excellence, an icon at the bar, an outstanding parliamentarian, a proud Parsi, a loving husband and father, brilliant writer, stupendous orator, erudite jurist, Padma Awardee in 1991 and 2007. The list is endless. It was a pleasure to listen to Fali because, be it an interview or lecture, it would be well researched and interspersed with jokes and anecdotes. His trademark chuckle that followed a witty joke or a bluntly honest statement is one that will be remembered by all who knew him. He was unmatched as a raconteur, or he would marry wit with knowledge and wisdom. I caught him on a flight once, engrossed in a book on the life of the law lords, which would explain his vast wealth of anecdotes, which embellished his writings and talks. In the early years of his career, he had appeared in the Golaknath case and assisted Nani Parkiwala, leading to a historical judgment that intended to serve as a check on Parliament's power to amend the fundamental rights in Part 3 of the Constitution. Incidentally, the Golaknath case was, according to Fali, the first big case of his career. My father, M.K. Nambiar, had appeared as the lead counsel. At a lecture delivered in 1987 on the judiciary and the role of the pathfinder, Fali recounted a conversation with my father, where my father, who had moved a petition in the Supreme Court challenging the constitutional amendments which placed various Land Reforms Act in the 9th schedule, had expressed that he was not at all hopeful that the petition would be admitted. However, to his utter surprise, not only was it admitted, but it was referred to a large bench, a constitutional bench, for final hearing. The seats of the basic structure doctrine shown in the Golaknath case was accepted by the Supreme Court in the Keshwan and the Bharatiya case. Fali staunchly defended our constitutional ideals, oftentimes with great vigor than the very institution tasked with upholding the Constitution. In the TMA Foundation case, he argued for the rights of minorities, leading to the recognition of the autonomy of private educational institutions under the Constitution. In the NJSC case, which involved the challenge to the National Judicial Appointments Commission on being asked as to whom he was appearing for, Fali retorted to the 5 judges bench that he was appearing for the independence of the judiciary. The NJC case was a culmination of the journey that had commenced with the first judge's case, the S.P. Gupta's case, and was overruled in the second judge's case, whereto Fali had appeared. But he has expressed his view that the collegium system hasn't worked at all. In Nabam Arabia, Fali appeared for the House Whip and argued that the governor did not have the power to advance the assembly session, which could only be done on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. He represented the state of Karnataka in the Kaveri dispute case, which was a bitter fight for a share of the river waters between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. There is virtually no area of the law where Fali did not leave an indelible stamp. From constitutional and public law, company law, arbitration, each facet of our jurisprudence has been enriched by his invaluable and immeasurable contribution. He was a recognized name not merely in India, but in international circles as well. He represented India before various international dispute resolution forums, such as the arbitral tribunal constituted under the Indus Waters Treaty to decide the Kishanjunga dispute in Pakistan. He served as the honorary president of the International Council of Commercial Arbitration and also as a member of the advisory board of the ICCA. In his autobiography, Before Memory Fades, Fali has profoundly mentioned that over the course of years at the bar, he had come to the realization that justice is elusive, sometimes unpredictable, and often unsatisfying. He therefore lived to his tenant, advocated by Lord Denning and Justice Nyaya, that compassion is extraordinarily important in the law, and has famously said that law is a matter of the heart as well as of the head. Fali's life was a journey where each step taken was decided by the path of righteousness. It was a life of high integrity and ethics. While representing the Gujarat government in relation to the Narmada rehabilitation project, he again decided to withdraw from the case in protest against the harassment of Christians and the burning of the Bible, which was taking place at the time. He was quick to act whenever there was injustice being done, just as he has resigned as Additional Solicitor General a day after the emergency was declared. His professional stature and eminence led to his nomination to the Rajya Sabha by the President of India in 1999. He served the full 6-year term with great distinction, actively participating in the deliberation in India's highest legislative chamber. His dedication to public causes, close to his heart, led him to move private members' bills, including a bill to amend the Constitution and prohibit members of Parliament from claiming allowances during the days on which the proceedings of Parliament are adjourned due to disruptions caused by the members, either individually or collectively. Fali practiced law for nearly 70 years, from 1949 till his passing away on the 21st February 2024. I am told that even on the previous day, he was correcting written submissions in a constitution bench matter, and his passing away is a profound loss to the nation, for I do not foresee another like him for many generations to come. I would be remiss in my tribute to Fali if I do not mention that he was a family man. He shared a close bond with his wife Babsi and his children and grandchildren. He adored his wife, who passed away a few years earlier in 2020. Their partnership brings to mind a statement by Homer in the Odyssey, and quote, "There is nothing nobler or more admirable than when two people see eye to eye, and keep house as a man and wife, confounding their enemies and delighting their friends." His children, daughter Sanhita and son Justice retired Rohinton Nariman, daughter-in-law Sanaya Nariman, who has a PhD in education, as well as his granddaughter Nina, a lawyer, Krushi, the sculptor, all of whom I knew very well as being very fine individuals. I may add that Justice Rohinton had been my chamber junior, and I can confidently say that all his father's admirable qualities, particularly in the thirst for knowledge, has multiplied manifold in Rohinton. I remember being told of an episode when father and son were interested in Western classical music, and Fali would be asked by the presenter to identify a musical piece, and he would nudge the young boy, who would quickly whisper to him, "The Blue Danube" by Strauss. Fali himself had spoken highly of Rohinton's phenomenal memory, who was ordained as a priest at the young age of 12 and could recite long passages from memory in Avesta, the scriptural language of the Zoroastrianism. If a man can bridge the gap between life and death, if he can live on after he is gone, then he was indeed a great man. Through his interviews, lectures and writings, from which one can garner the deep convictions he had about the ideals of our nation, Fali Nariman lives on.